Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Corpse Party Book of Shadows. In the last episode, I was still being held hostage by Kizumi while we went over more of his backstory, and I guess, Yuka managing to introduce him to the feeling of human empathy basically gave Kizumi a literal headache, which gave Yuka and me just the opening we needed to distract him long enough for Hammer Time and to come rescue us. And basically give us a chance to escape both him and Sachiko. And long story short, we've been running around for a little while, now we're down here in the basement. I got a couple wrong ends along the way, and well, now I got Sachiko accompanying me, pretending to be a sweet, lost little girl who managed to find her way here without knowing how she got here. But I know what she's up to. She's planning to kill me in a very gruesome fashion. She's probably just going to lead me somewhere as soon as I come close to it. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything. So, I guess I'm just going to keep exploring this place until Sachiko decides to lead me somewhere. Or something happens, something else happens, whichever comes first. So, let's try heading north first. Oh yeah, my darkening is dangerously close to 100% too, so there's that. So hopefully nothing happens along the way that will, Did I already check you? Skeletal remains, there seems to be a way to determine gender or age. Well, if I didn't look at you before, I certainly did now. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I checked out all the corpses down here, so I'm going to try my damn hardest to avoid checking out any more. Well, this is an entirely new area, in which case, well, God help me if my own desire to find all the name tags will be able to do me in before I can reach a true ending. I wonder what Sachiko's going to do to Yuka as soon as I get to the one place she wants me to be the most. I doubt it's going to be pleasant like the rest of this game has showed me, but the question is just what kind of thing she's going to do next. Because I can't imagine that she's feeling particularly hungry for human flesh right now. So I doubt she's going to basically cook Yuka's face off and eat it. Well, what do I know? Maybe she'll do just that and subvert my expectations by not subverting my expectations. If that makes any sense at all. I think I already checked you out. I wonder if she'll turn Kizumi into an anatomical model before this chapter's even over. If she hasn't done it already. I'm kind of doubting it, but who knows. Maybe I'll get at least that one little scare before everything's all said and done. And would you look at that? I can go in here. I guess Big Brother really isn't in here. Thank God. I guess not. Sachiko, have you seen anyone else in here besides me? Uh-huh. That's all she said. And then silently, she squatted on the ground and wrapped her arms around her knees. What's wrong? Are you hurt? Big sis, I'm cold. And I assume that for the sake of keeping up appearances, you're not going to just use a random corpse lying around in here, cut it open, and then just crawl right into their guts. Because at this point, I could totally picture you doing something that morbid. I'm not putting anything past you at this point. I'm not putting anything past you at this point. You're cold? She nodded firmly, almost exaggeratedly.
そっか。幽霊でも痛みを感じるなら、きっと寒さも感じるよね。かわいそう。
I guess that makes sense. If a ghost can feel pain, there's no reason she couldn't also feel changes in temperature. Poor girl. I guess to an extent that does make sense. But on the other hand, the only physical sensations that we've more or less confirmed that ghosts in this place can feel is the pain relating to their deaths. And I guess apparently also magical charms as well. Beyond that, I don't think we ever really been able to actually confirm whether or not ghosts can actually feel anything beyond that. And I have no reason to believe that she's even telling the truth about even feeling even so much as a slight breeze. So, yeah, forgive me if I'm skeptical. As if to show me just how cold she was, she then started visibly shivering. I wonder how long you sat in front of a mirror practicing your shivering in order to make it look authentic.
ねえ、幸子ちゃん、何かゆかにできることない？
Hey Sachiko, is there anything I can do to make you feel better?
何か。
Anything?
そう、幸子ちゃんがこれ以上辛くならないように。何でも言って。
Uh-huh. You've been through so much already. I want you to have to go through anything else. So if I can help, just tell me.
じゃあ。
In that case, well, you've done it. You've opened yourself up for attack.
お姉
Brace
ちゃ
for
んのそれ
impact.
ちょうだい。
Can I have those? Have what? My eyes? My ears? My hands? She was pointing at my feet. Oh, you want your feet. She wants your feet. Well, I hope you don't mind, walking around in hooks like a pirate, Yuka.
靴下？
My socks? This was the first time I noticed that Sachiko was walking around barefoot. I was so busy worrying about myself and about finding my big brother that I'd completely failed to pay any attention to poor Sachiko's appearance.
ごめんね。すぐ気がつかなくて。
I failed to see how you could help but pay attention. I mean, look at her. She's literally gray skinned. She's got a red tattered dress, weird marks around her neck. Compared to literally everybody else we've seen, she's got the most unusual appearance out of everybody in this entire school. Sorry, I didn't notice earlier.
いいの。
It doesn't help that some of her facial expressions are also rather creepy. It's alright. Sachiko shook her head.
私お姉ちゃんなのに、もっと早く気づいてあげられればよかった。
If I'm supposed to be your big sister, I really need to be more observant. I need to pay more attention. If I were a big brother, I would have noticed right away and given her my shoes. But it wasn't too late. I took off my shoes and socks and offered them to Sachiko. Would her feet even fit in your shoes and socks? They were a little wet, but still better than walking on these cold dirt floors in bare feet. I didn't really like the idea of doing that myself, but just one look at this poor lost soul's shaking form convinced me I was doing the right thing.
ありがとうお姉ちゃん。
Thank you, big sis. Well, I'll give you credit, Yuka. You apparently do have a selfless bone in your body after all. Too bad it took another game to find that out. Sachiko took just the socks, leaving the shoes in my hand.
幸子ちゃん、靴下だけでいいの？上履きは？
Are you okay with only socks, Sachiko? You don't want to wear my shoes over them?
うん。だってお姉ちゃんが裸足になっちゃうでしょ？
I'm okay. If I took both, then you'd be barefoot. I want to believe that this is just you being actually nice about one tiny thing for once, but I don't trust you, Sachiko. What do you need her to have her shoes still for? Some kind of Are you gonna have her walk on coals somewhere to where basically the coals are so damn hot that her shoes will literally melt into her feet? She flashed a gentle smile at me, which stayed on her face the whole time she slowly put on both of my socks.
ゆかお姉ちゃんに怪我してほしくないから。
I don't want my big sister Yuka to get hurt after all. For now, at least.
そっか、優しいんだね、幸子ちゃんは。
Well, that's very thoughtful of you, Sachiko. I patted her head, just like a big brother always did to me.
お姉ちゃん大好き。
I love you, big sis. That fills me with a great sense of dread. Somebody help me. Like, right now. Her smile had grown. It was now stretched from cheek to cheek, and I began to feel like I'd do anything at all to keep her happy. Cheek to cheek very bad, especially if it's Sachiko. So please, for the love of God, somebody help. I wonder if this was how Big Brother felt when I smiled at him like that.
頑張ろうね、幸子ちゃん。
At least I can confirm that being given a big ear-to-ear grin by Sachiko does not increase your darkening. Let's do our best in here, Sachiko. Despite the severity of the situation I was in high spirits. I almost forgot just how horrible this place really was.
頑張ろう。
Do our best?
お兄ちゃんを見つけられるように。
Uh-huh. Let's do our best to find Big Brother.
幸子ちゃん、今何か言った？
Sachiko, did you say something? I thought that was a giggle, but it sounded different somehow. Like her voice had changed to someone else's. Or someone else was here. It's not your imagination. You should run, actually. Uh-uh.
かわいい。むちゃくちゃしたい。
You're so cute. I just want to mess you right up.
何？
No, actually, I'm now hearing a muffled version of the voice too. What the hell is that? Huh? What?
何も言ってないよ。
I didn't say anything. Assuming you're telling the truth, then Yuka, do you have mind-reading powers? Well then, I hate to be your brother right now.
そっか、気のせいかな。
Oh, I guess it was just my imagination then. What is it they usually say in movies? Must have been the wind? What wind could have... Yeah, I really hate that saying. Because most of the time, whenever I hear a character utter that in situations like these, they are usually inside a building or somewhere where it is literally impossible to get even so much as a breeze, unless there is like a ceiling fan or something. And even then, how could something like that create enough of a noise here to make it sound like, well, I don't know, someone's voice, or a monster roaring in the distance, or something's footsteps being made somewhere. Like, I really hate that saying. It's just so dumb. It doesn't make sense in most instances I hear it being used. Especially here. Not too likely in a stagnant underground bunker like this, but still, at least you acknowledge that. Wait, actually no, wait. What do you mean not likely? Try impossible. I think I'm just getting paranoid. You should be paranoid.
もっとしっかりしなくちゃ。お姉ちゃんなんだから。
I need to pull myself together. I'm her big sister after all. Seriously, you should be paranoid. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if those chains hanging on the ceiling over there were to just pop up from the ceiling and start coiling around your neck like snakes or something. It wouldn't be the weirdest thing I've seen in this place. I put on the bravest face I could manage and marched back out into the hall, pausing only to make sure Sachiko was still behind me. Why do I have this chase music from Blood Cupboard playing right now? Unless Kizumi has come back from the grave to haunt me after all. Wouldn't that be unfortunate? I'll try the storehouse next. Maybe I can go in here now that I got Sachiko accompanying me and that she's got my socks. Well, how about that? I can go in here now after all. Spoke too soon. It just won't open, will it? Nope. I see where this is going. You're gonna lure me to the one place where it'd be the most appropriate place where you could get killed, and that is the toilets. I'm curious now. What are you gonna do once we get there? Actually, maybe I shouldn't be curious, because it might be gross. Door is sealed firmly shut. There's no way to open it. Well, I already knew that. I'll check what's down this hallway again, just to be sure that there's nothing new, and then I'll go to the girls' restroom. And there's nothing. Alright, what you gonna do now that we're here? Big sis. What is it? Is something wrong? It's my feet. My feet hurt. And this is where I would say maybe you should have taken my shoes after all, but, well, I know you better, so if you're telling the truth, then feel the pain. It is nothing compared to what you've put me through all the way up until now. Your feet? The soles of Sachiko's feet seemed to be bothering her quite a bit. As we stood there, I noticed she was fidgeting in place, trying not to stand on them. I guess they would hurt, huh? You've been walking around just socks after all. She said nothing else. She just stared at my feet. She seemed to want my shoes now, but didn't want to say anything since I offered them earlier, and she turned them down. So I just smiled and decided I'd offer them again. Do you want to wear my shoes? Is that okay? Of course. We wouldn't want you getting hurt anymore now, would we? What about you, big sis? I'm your big sister, so I'll be just fine. I wonder if Kizumi would have ever offered Yuka his shoes in a situation like this. Weird thing to wonder about, I suppose, but I guess but a small part of me is taking amusement in the idea of Kizumi running around in only socks, especially with you know, all the broken wooden floors and splinters and holes, pretty much littering the place. I would laugh if he basically got a few splinters along the way. I wouldn't accept any objections. I just took off my shoes and handed them to Sachiko without another word. Cheerfully, she slipped them on over my socks. They were a little big on her, but I knew she'd feel better just having them. Thank you. I'm really happy now. Well, you got my socks, you got my shoes. What are you gonna take away from me next? My head?
じゃあ行こっか。
Let's get going then, okay? Ah. Sachiko wasn't used to such big, floppy shoes. She took one step and stumbled forward.
大丈夫？手繋いでてあげるよ。
Are you alright? Here, you can take my hand.
うん。
Okay.
ゆかお姉ちゃん大好き。
Big sister Yuka, I love you.
幸子ちゃん、ここは何もなかったから引き返そう。
Ah, Sachiko. I've already looked in here, and there was nothing to find. Let's head back, okay?
そう。
Oh, really? Well, there is one thing to find, but I will never
この
tell.
まま進んでていいのかな。
Is it really okay to keep going like this?
こっちがいい。
Let's go this way. Well, it begins. I'm being led to my demise. Sachiko was pointing down the hall toward a spot where the earthquake had dropped me.
こっち？こっちに何かあるの？
This way? Is there something over there?
わかんない。
I don't know.
けどこっち。
I don't trust you. But come on.
何の音だろう。
What was that sound?
あそこに入りたい。
I want to go in there.
あそこ？
In
でも
there?
あそこは鍵が。
But that room is locked.
今開いた音がしたの。
It just made a sound like it unlocked.
何かあるの？
Is there something in there?
お願い。
Please?
入りたいの。
I want to go in.
そっか。じゃあそっちに行こうか。
Well, alright. Let's see what's inside then. Sachiko nodded firmly, and practically dragged me by the hand over to the door near my entry point in this underground maze. So, what are we gonna find in the storehouse? A bunch of dead bodies hanging by
う
hooks?
わー、なんかここ広いね。
Wow. This room is pretty big.
あっち。
Over there. Energetic as can be, Sachiko pulled me farther into the darkened room. And I bet she's still stumbling in her big clown shoes.
待って、幸子ちゃん。
Sachiko, wait!
痛い。
Ow! I suddenly felt a sharp pain in the sole of my foot and looked down to see what I'd stepped in. Going by the sound, glass.
釘。
Ooh, that's worse. A nail? The floor here was actually kind of a mess. It was bumpy and uneven, and there was all kinds of tiny, sharp-looking objects scattered everywhere. Not just old rusty nails, but bits of glass, loose wooden boards with jagged edges and splinters all over them. Plenty else I couldn't even identify.
血が出ちゃった。
I'm bleeding.
かわいい。
You're showing your true colors. Run, Yuka! So cute. Stop giggling in my ear.
幸子ちゃん？
Sachiko?
どうしたの、お姉ちゃん。
What's wrong, big sis?
あれ？
Huh?
そっちにいたの？
You're over there?
何だったんだろう、今の声。
So what was that voice I just heard? So, what exactly am I supposed to find in here? Is that a mattress? Is that a blanket? Can't quite tell for sure because of this damn red haze. There's a desk in the corner of the room. Something seems to have fallen underneath it.
これ何？
What's that?
これポラロイドカメラ？
It looks like an old instant camera? Sachiko bent down and lifted the camera gingerly as if it were some kind of rare treasure. Then she pointed it at me and pressed a shutter button. For 1 second, I was able to see without the red haze. And it was beautiful. Do it again! Yeah! Right! That startled me. Looks like it still works. May I have it? Sure, but isn't it heavy? That's okay. I'm happy. Well, I bet that by the time we get to the end of this chapter, I'm going to see what's in the photograph, right? Will that be the final CG shot that we get? A final picture of Yuka right as she's being tortured to death by you? There are a set of bleached white bones in a heap against the wall. So tiny. Probably just a child. Yeah. Sachiko, how old are you? How old am I? Yeah. Like, what age are you? You're in elementary school, right? I don't know. I can't remember. Oh. I'm sorry. Sachiko just stood there, with her head hung low and a look of disdain on her face. She didn't say another word. It seemed safe to assume that she probably didn't have any memories from when she was alive at all. No, I'm sorry I asked. Don't worry about it, please. Okay, sorry. Looking a bit closer at the pile of bones, there's a student ID name tag jutting out from the victim's ribcage, identifying her as female. Renaissance Elementary School, Yukari Sekia? I really hope there are no more corpses left for me to find after this. I'm getting really nervous. Okay, is that everything? Except for that one object that's left in the room? It's looking like it. It's a stack of folded up Japanese-style futons. Big sis, Sachiko is tired. Do you want to take a quick nap on these futons? Uh-huh. Carefully tiptoeing across the litter-strewn floor, nursing my sore and bloodied foot the whole while, I snaked my way over to the futons. I didn't much like the idea of sleeping in the same room as a dead child, but I had to admit I was pretty exhausted too. They're a little damp and musty. But if we lay them out, we can at least get off our feet for a while. I'm so sleepy. Okay, I'm laying yours out right now. As soon as the futon was on the ground, as flat as it would go, Sachiko sprawled out on it. It wasn't long before her eyes started drooping. Yay! Futon! Just seeing this innocent little girl joyously stretching out to take a nap was enough to lift my spirits and renew my hope. I'm so glad Sachiko is here with me. You won't be for long, I'm sure. Thank you, big sis. Thank you too, Sachiko. I don't know what I would do if you weren't here with me. She's just gonna wait until you actually fall asleep before she, I don't know, ties you up or something. You're just literally sleeping into her trap. She really must have been tired. She was out like a light the second her head touched the bedding. No one falls asleep that quickly. No one. Definite trap. She's so cute. Stop yawning. I should sleep too. I've been walking a lot. I hope that when I wake up, I'm back home. For your sake, it'd be better if you never woke up. I awoke to find myself being shaken. Sachiko was trying to get me up, and her expression had gone white as a sheet. In other words, her face is exactly as normal. Got it. Big sis. Big sis!
Nani?
What is it? She was on the verge of tears. Was your camera broken? Did you lose the shoes? Something seemed to have really spooked her. Did that huge man find us? Was she attacked? It's okay. Tell me what happened, nice and slow. I lost my hairpin. It's not my head, but it's something on my head. Your hairpin? When I woke up, it was gone. Oh, okay. So that's all then? That's all? Well, I guess you shouldn't make a light of Sachiko's hairpins. I'm sorry. I thought it might have been something more scary. Where'd you lose it? If we look, I'm sure we'll find it. The two of us searched every last inch of the room. Me with a wounded foot, but we came up empty-handed. Seriously, I'm kind of really disappointed in you, Yuka. You're really not... I mean, how can you not pick up how bizarre her behaviors, some of her mannerisms, and even her damn face can get? I mean, if this was the first time I would have actually met her, I would have been clued in that something was off about her right from the start and on. And I'm not talking about with just how she looks either. You're just so oblivious. And again, no wonder you were. It took Kizumi being the biggest creep imaginable to get you to run. Although, to be fair, he did a much better job of hiding it than hiding his insanity than Sachiko here is. The two of us are okay. We already read that. Sachiko, is there anything your big sister can do for you? The entire time we searched, Sachiko hadn't said a word. I was hoping invoking our sisterly bond might help cheer her up. Hair keeps getting in my eyes, and it hurts. Give me that thing you're wearing. She raised her right hand slowly and pointed to my headband. That's... I'm sorry, but that's the one thing I can't give away. As soon as I refused, Sachiko let out a faint, otherworldly groan. You denied the beast its desire. You were really pushing your luck, Yuka. Did you hear that? Did you hear the groan of the beast? I did. In the next moment, her face distorted and changed. She no longer looked like an innocent little girl. She looked well and truly like a demon now.
Sachiko-chan?
Well, I do call her demon waif, so... Sachiko? Give it to me.
Yogose!
Give it to me! You know, I'd be probably more inclined to listen to you if you asked nicely, even though I know exactly what you're about. But if you're gonna be this threatening and menacing about it, I'm just gonna say no. The look in her eyes alone sent chills down my spine. These were the eyes of someone who meant me harm, and was perfectly capable of inflicting it. You have no idea, Yuka. What do I do? Give her the headband? No. You're not good. You're not asking nicely, so bite me. Sachiko was continuing to groan, under her breath. Fearing what she might be capable of, I desperately tried to console her.
Sachiko-chan, kiite, Sachiko-chan!
Sachiko, please. I want you to listen.
これはお母さんに買ってもらったばかりの大事なものなの。だから。
This is something my mom just bought for me, and it's a very important reminder of her. That's why I can't give it to you.
お母さん?
Your mom. Somehow or another, that seemed to quell her anger. Her facial expression snapped back to that of the gentle, kind girl I had been talking to all this time. Being reminded of your mommy, I hope.
そうなの。だからあげられなくてごめんね。
That's right. I'm really sorry, but I have to turn you down on this one.
お母さんからの?
That's from your mom. She was oddly receptive to this explanation, and even seemed fascinated by it. Maybe I'd caused her to remember something about her own mother? She was a little girl after all, so her mom was probably really dear to her in life. Again, you have no idea.
お母さん。お母さん。
Mom. She looked like she was on the verge of tears again. I was beginning to feel bad that I even broached the subject.
ごめんね。
I'm sorry.
いいの。
No, it's okay. She still seemed a bit sad, but she nodded. Maybe she understood that I wouldn't give her my headband, and maybe she was okay with it. I really doubt that's what it is. So, I see we got Brave Hope, I think, if I remember the song's name, playing now. So where do I go now? There's nothing in the storehouse when you look in. Maybe the body pool again? I'll try checking the girls' restroom again.
さっきから何を隠してるの?
What have you been hiding from me?
ここに何かあるの、お姉ちゃん?
Is there something in here, big sis?
何も隠してなんかないよ.
No, there's nothing hidden in here at all.
おもらししちゃったパンツなんて幸子ちゃんに見せられないもんね。
I really don't want Sachiko to see my wet panties. It'd be so embarrassing.
かな。やっ
I'm not sure I believe you.
ぱり何か隠してるよ。
I know you're hiding something. Well, I was just gonna try going in there repeatedly until something happened, but I guess I can't do that, so never mind. Let's try the death room again. Well, she's getting more aggressive with Yuka now, so it's definitely only a matter of time before something happens. For sure.
ここには何もないよね。ねえ、幸子ちゃん。
There's no reason for us to be in this room. Right, Sachiko?
早く行こうよ。
Let's just go.
やっぱり拗ねちゃったのかな。
She's still mad at me, huh?
お姉ちゃんらしくカチューシャをあげればよかったかな。
Probably should have been more sisterly and just given her the headband. But
でもこのカチューシャは
this headband is... Did I examine this corpse yet? There are thoroughly decomposed remains on the table here. Based on the general appearance and what's left of the deceased's clothing, they appear to belong to a very young girl. Probably Nana. Her name tag is... Nope. Great Harbor Elementary School. Mako Sakurai. 89%. Wait, right there. It's a set of skeletal remains. There doesn't seem to be any way to determine gender from clothing or build alone. I'm at 91%. I don't see anything else in here worth checking, so let's go to the body pool. Hey, Sachiko?
幸子ちゃん。ねえ、幸子ちゃん。
Sachiko? Hey, Sachiko? Either she's gone or she's giving me the silent treatment. I'm not sure whether or not to feel more scared or relieved. She wasn't even looking at me anymore. I must have really upset her.
ね、幸子ちゃん。
Listen, Sachiko.
カチューシャはあげられないけど、他のものならいいよ。
I can't give you my headband, but I can give you something else. Anything you want.
他のもの？
Something else?
私にできることなんて少ないけど。
Uh-huh. There's not a lot I can do, but if I can help you but if I can make you feel more at ease, I'd be glad to help.
他のもの？
Something else. It better not be my head.
じゃあ、ここ。
Alright. Then let's go in here.
でも、ここは。
But this room is...
もう、入りたくない。
I really don't want to go back in there.
あ、幸子ちゃん！
Sachiko! Without a moment's hesitation, Sachiko just opened the door and walked right in. I didn't even have an opportunity to stop her.
どうしよう。
What do I do now? The first thing I noticed when I entered the room was Sachiko's form sprawled out on the ground at the foot of the body pool. She was switching a bit and moaning again, but this time it sounded more like a moan of pain than of anger.
幸子ちゃん！
So, what's making you in pain, oh wicked beast? Sachiko?
幸子ちゃん、大丈夫？幸子ちゃん！
Sachiko, are you alright? Sachiko? I stepped over her and turned around, so as to put the decaying bodies behind my back and out of my sight. and started shaking her. I felt like I absolutely needed to snap her out of whatever this was, or something terrible happened.
お姉ちゃん
Big sis.
よかった気がつ
Thank goodness, you're way. Ah! I could feel her tiny, cold hand on my abdomen, through the thin cloth of my skirt. She was pushing me backwards with tremendous force.
触るな
Don't touch me! I lost my balance almost instantly and toppled over. It somehow felt like my fall occurred in slow motion. The walls and ceiling of the room grew more and more distant, but it happened gradually. You're falling right into the pool. Yep. Then I felt the murky liquid on my back and heard the splash. I was in the pool of bodies. Whoa, okay. Is this how I'm going to die? Drowning in a literal pool of bodies? Because I'd fallen backwards, it took me far too long to regain my bearings. I was submerged in that horrible tainted water, close to drowning. I finally broke through the surface, dodging the many dislodged eyeballs that were floating on it, like peas in chicken soup. Each one wrapped in dull, red, bulging veins. I didn't even want to think about what was in all the water I'd swallowed. Unfortunately, much of it was still on my tongue. My mouth was filled with tiny bits and pieces of other human beings. The taste was overpowering. I was gagging and belching so hard, it felt like I was going to regurgitate all my internal organs. I tried to scream, but I could barely get any sound past the foul, lumpy stew in my mouth.
お姉ちゃん汚い
Big sis, you're disgusting.
やだ
So
ゲロ
gross.
吐いてる
So chunky. I was losing consciousness fast, and I remember silently praying, silently hoping that this was all just a dream. As the world faded around me, I just kept focusing on that one last wish. Please, let me wake up in my bed.
お姉ちゃん捕まって
Big sis, here!
幸子ちゃん
Sachiko! I had no other choice. I grabbed Sachiko's outstretched arm and marveled again at her strength as she effortlessly pulled me out of the water. Well, I am shocked. I would have thought you just let me drown. It would have been a very gruesome way to go, all things considered. It would have been up your alley. My entire body, from head to toe, was covered in sticky, goopy chunks of unidentifiable human flesh, from countless different people.
お姉ちゃん頭にも何かついてるよ
Big sis, you've got something on your head.
何か
Something? Well, I doubt it's a cup of noodles. Slowly, hesitantly, I raised my hand to my head to feel around to determine what this something might be. I wasn't looking forward to the answer. What I felt was a huge clump of matter stuck to my hair, and touching it lightly caused some of it to stick to my hand as well. It was a massive ball of fingers and toes. How does that even happen?
Yada!
Disgusting! Disgusting!
お姉ちゃん、まだついてるよ。
Big sis, there's still lots more on you. The severed digits were all so sticky and slimy that they'd gone completely wrapped up in my hair, like rollers. They weren't coming out easily. If you need more proof that what you're dealing with is a demon child, Yuka, after all this, then you deserve whatever is coming your way. I'm sorry.
落ち着いてお姉ちゃん。
Calm down, big sis.
お姉ちゃん。
Big sis. I must have passed out. When I came to, I was lying on the ground with Sachiko looking over at me.
お姉ちゃん、ごめんなさい。
Big sis, I'm sorry. She was on the verge of tears again. But that wasn't her voice I heard giggling at me. But wasn't that her voice I heard giggling at me? If not, then whose was it?
気のせいだったのかな。
Was I just hearing things? You know, I did just think, I just thought of something. Assuming that Yuka doesn't have the power to actually read minds, then maybe what I'm actually hearing is the voice of the other Sachiko. Or rather, to be more precise, what I'm hearing is the Sachiko that we most interact with, and what I'm dealing with might be, well, not white Sachiko per se, because she's not exactly in a yellow dress and have a normal-looking human skin or anything like that, but it's the only other thing I can think of is maybe I'm hearing the two different Sachikos right now. If not, then Yuka is secretly a psychic, and I don't know how to feel about that. Was I just hearing things? That had to be it. The sweet little girl couldn't possibly have been that twisted. Well, you deserve whatever comes your way then. Sorry. You've had every chance to see the evil, but you refuse to see it. No, it's okay. So, I hope you enjoy whatever she has cooked for you. I'm certain, because I doubt I'm going to. I didn't care how filthy I was. As long as Sachiko was alright, that was all that mattered. Yes, she was my little sister now, after all. I had to take care of her. I had to look after her. Look, as touching as this is, genuinely touching as I find this from you of all people, Yuka, you really need to show a little more skepticism now towards the little girl that you're dealing with. Like, holy shit.
お姉ちゃん遅いよ。
Big sis, you're so slow.
待って、幸子ちゃん。
Uh-huh. Wait for me, please, Sachiko.
どうしちゃったんだろう。足が重い。
What's wrong with me? My legs feel so heavy. Oh shit, I'm at 100%! Somehow, Sachiko had wound up in the lead, and I was following her blindly, struggling to keep up with her blistering pace.
お姉ちゃん、汚い。もっと離れてよ。
Big sis, you're all gross. Keep away from me. I looked down at my uniform. Sure enough, it was soaked through with the blood of those poor victims in the body pool. It smelled really awful.
そうだよね。ごめんね。
You're right. I am gross. I'm sorry. I didn't recall saying that. Or even trying to say that. It's like my mouth was moving on its own, speaking someone else's thoughts. Probably that's because that's actually what's happening.
お姉ちゃんってほんとのろまだよね。
Big sis, you sure are an idiot, you know that?
ほんとだね。
Yeah, I sure am. If this is how she was going to treat me, then why was I being so nice to her? Why was I doing whatever she asked of me? Because you are a doofus. That's why. It was bothering me, and yet it wasn't. I honestly didn't care anymore. I was content just to follow this abusive little girl to the ends of the earth. You probably, I wonder if this is how Yoshikazu feels, dealing with you. How long had I been walking, I wondered.
サチコちゃん、まだ歩くの？
Sachiko, are you still okay to walk? I was following Sachiko despite myself. I had no idea how much time had passed, but it felt like an eternity. And she completely stopped answering any of my questions.
もういいや。
I guess that's enough. Finally deciding to stop drawing this out, have we? About time. She came to a halt.
どうしたの、サチコちゃん。
What's wrong, Sachiko? She turned around and looked up at me with wide, innocent eyes.
サチコね、欲しいものがあるの。
There's something Sachiko wants you to give her. It better not be my head.
何？
What is it? What's it going to be this time? I honestly didn't want to know. But the question came out of my mouth anyway. And so did this.
サチコちゃんになら何でもあげるよ。
Whatever it is you want, Sachiko, you can have it. Just for you.
じゃあ次はね。
Well, in that case...
命をちょうだい。
Can I have your life? Well, my life involves my head, so no.
命？
My life? Somehow, some part of me knew this was coming. It was only a matter of time, and yet you ignored that part of yourself anyway. So, I feel even less sorry for you.
ダメ。
I can't give you... Once again, I couldn't seem to control the words coming out of my mouth. It just said whatever it wanted to say, regardless of how I felt.
私の命あげるの？
You may have my life. She was laughing again. It was wild, crazy laughter. She was ecstatic.
ダメ！
No! No!
どうして？何でもくれるんだよね。
Why not? You said you'd give me anything I wanted.
お姉ちゃんだもん。ね？
Because you're my big sister, right? Sachiko's smile seemed to twinkle in the dull light of the corridor. She had the face of an angel, but the mind of a demon. But it was all just a mask.
怖い怖い怖い。やだよ。
I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared! No, please! I mustered all the strength I had, trying with whatever life was left in me, to denounce her words and resist her pull. There was no hope for me anymore. But I still clung to what I could. If I could just reject her statement and tell her she was wrong.
いや、ダメ。
No. Please, no!
は？
Huh?
冗談は やめて。
Please
ね。
don't joke about things like that, okay?
早くお兄ちゃんを探そう。
Let's just hurry and find my big brother.
お兄ちゃんならきっと何とかしてくれるからね。
Big brother will be able to help us somehow. I know he will.
だからお兄ちゃんを。
So let's just keep searching.
お兄ちゃん。
Your big brother.
そうだよ。私はお兄ちゃんみたいになれないけど頑張るから。
That's right. I'll never be like big brother, but I'll try my best.
お兄ちゃんお兄ちゃんってうるさいんだよ。
Big brother this and big brother that. God, you're annoying!
よこせ。
Just give it to me!
殺してやる。殺して首に殺してやる。
I'm going to kill you. Kill you! I'll make you wrap those hands around your neck and die!
早く死ねー。
Just die already!
幸子ちゃん。
Sachiko? My body shook and spasmed uncontrollably. I was being overtaken by an invisible force. It was compelling me to speak, to say what would be my very last words on this earth. A suicide note, when you get right down to it. Is certainly one hell of an interesting suicide note.
しょうがないな。いいよ。
I guess there's nothing I can do. Okay.
あげる。
I'll give it to you.
私の命。幸子ちゃんに
I'll give my life to you, Sachiko.
あげる。
It's all yours. Hammer time? Is that you? Are you going to save me again? It was instantaneous. Nope. You were not my savior, but instead my executioner. With one single blow, my skull was cracked wide open and blood splattered far and wide. Well, at least you're lucky. That was instantaneous. Never mind. It wasn't instantaneous. I could feel blood trickling out from my nostrils and my right ear. My brain was jutting out from inside my head, fully exposed to the air. But I was still conscious. I could still feel everything. You are just not going to have a fun afterlife, then. I saw a bright flash of light and realized she'd just taken my picture with that instant camera she'd been holding on to. Well, it wasn't the first picture, like I was guessing, but I was more or less right on the money. Oh my god, I recognize this picture. What a pretty picture this is. I'll title it Lowly Woman. No, you. Sachiko was such a cute little girl before, but now her face was twisted into a hateful, spiteful grimace as she looked down on me in contempt. I know. How about I show this to Big Brother?
何でもくれるって言ったでしょ。
You told me I could have anything I wanted, right?
もう、私のお兄ちゃん。
Well, he's my big brother now. I don't think he would go with it, so yeah. Also, screw you, Sachiko. Sachiko began petting my sticky, mad head with her coarse, sticky hands in a mockery of my previous gentleness with her.
汚い顔！本当はこれを取り上げるのが目的だったんだよね。
What a filthy face. Getting this was my goal all along, you know. My scrap of paper? From the charm?
お姉ちゃんとはまた遊びたいから、ファクトにはしないであげる。
I want to play with you again, big sis. So I'll spare you from your fate. For now. So I guess we more or less have confirmation here. I mean, I've been suspecting that she's been wanting something from the survivors of Class 2-9, and it had something to do, and something with our paper charms prevented her from getting what she wanted with us. But now I'm starting to wonder. Does she want the paper scraps just so she can basically keep us in a series of time loops in Heavenly Hosts, so she can just basically kill everybody over and over again indefinitely? Is that what you want, Sachi? Because, well, that'd be mean. That'd be very mean. Yeah, I guess I could have. Maybe I should have thought that little response out better, but still, I mean, that is essentially what it is. You're a big stupid doo-doo head, so fuck you.
また遊ぼうね、ゆかお姉ちゃん。
Let's do this again real soon, big sister Yuka. How about you go for a swim in that corpse pool of yours and drown in it, while I go to the carnival and have plenty and have big pretzels and cotton candy to snack on and enjoy life, while you are very, very far away from me. I think I'd much rather prefer that. So, no. That's number 6. Number 6 clear. Chapter 7 too is now playable. Got more soulful testimonies. Wow. Looks like we're down to our last one. At least until I get the one ending left from chapter 6. But it's gotta be in the earlier half of the chapter, right after Kizumi is attacked, so it probably won't take me long at all to find it, which is good. So I will find that one little ending, and then I guess we can start chapter 7. So I will see you guys real soon. Okay, so I'm now trying to escape from this place, so I'm going to try letting my darkening reach 100% at several points throughout the chapter and see if maybe that will also trigger something. So let's see if that method will work for me. Let's see. What was in there? I feel like it's probably something dangerous. I really need to get out of here.
早くここからに。なんだろう。
What's going on?
意識が。
Am I fainting? I couldn't move any part of my body. I'd just fallen completely limp. My vision had gone black. I felt like I was being swallowed up by darkness. There's nothing I could do to stop it. It was seeming to every part of me. Big brother, help. I don't remember. Did I get this one already? This particular wrong end? Wrong end 2. Wait a minute, I don't think I got that one. Let me double check. No, not that. Wow, look at that. That was easy. So, yeah, Tooth. And we only have 2 endings to worry about, so I guess that means there's probably only like 1 or 2 big choices here I really need to make here in order to influence the endings, and it's just going to be like one or the other, so it should be damn easy then to complete that chapter. So, yay. Although I do wonder, what would have happened if I just given Sachiko the headband right away instead of standing my ground? Alright, let's see what happens when I give it to you. I guess I don't have much choice. I'll give it to you, okay? I pulled the headband from my hair and handed it to Sachiko. I'd basically shut down at this point. My instincts had taken over. I was running on autopilot. Yeah, okay, so it just basically brings you to 100% darkening. The act of handing over the headband was almost robotic. That was far removed from the instant giggle I'd heard up until now. But I didn't even care. I was done. Whatever she wanted, I'd give her. Whatever she asked me to do, I'd do. It makes you that happy, does it? I'm so glad. The second I said that, Sachiko stopped laughing. As if to say, if you're glad, then it didn't make me happy at all. Hey, can I have your hair too? My hair? Yeah, Big Sis's hair. Sachiko wants your hair. Huh? But... Huh? How is that supposed to work? Scissors or razor? One or the other. There you go. Sachiko got up on her tiptoes and stretched herself as tall as she could manage. Then clamped down on my hair with her tiny hands and began pulling. Instantly, my entire world was pain. I was screaming and crying, and just wanted to roll around on the floor until it all went away. It was agonizing. It hurts! It hurts! I could feel something warm running down my cheek, from the top of my head to my chin. There were 2 streams, then 3, 4. Blood? It wasn't just hair Sachiko had pulled out of my head. Somehow, those tiny hands of hers had basically scalped me. How could a little girl have that much strength in her? The entire top of my head throbbed. It If I had a mirror, I knew I'd probably faint just from seeing myself in it. The pain was making me dizzy. I was probably losing a lot of blood. I knew I'd pass out sooner or later, so I called out for my big brother. I had no idea if I actually made any sound, but in my mind I was screaming. Big brother. Big brother. Big brother. Please save me. What happened? My legs feel heavy.
お姉ちゃん大丈夫？
Big sis, are you okay?
私お姉ちゃんだもんね。しっかりしなきゃ。
Big sister now. I have to pull myself together.
次は何をもらおうかな。
What should I take from you next? At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if it was my head. After all this, why was I still doing what she told me to? Why was I still listening to her? A wave of sadness washed over me. The top of my head hurt. I knew a lot of it was missing. Sachiko was someone to be feared. If only I figured that out a little sooner. Try a lot sooner.
お兄ちゃん。
Big brother. How long had I been walking, I wonder?
幸子ちゃん、まだ歩くの？
Sachiko, are you still okay to walk? I was following Sachiko despite myself. I had no idea how much time passed, but it felt like an eternity.
もういいや。
Is this going to play out exactly the same now as the other ending? Yeah, pretty much play out exactly as before. So, me basically staying my ground only delayed the inevitable. So, I guess there's that. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and just start the next chapter. Got our last chapter, ladies and gentlemen. Probably not. We'll see soon enough, I suppose. So let's begin Tooth. Byakudan Senior High School Student Council Room, 4:30 p.m.
おい生徒会長、明日だぞ。
Hey, Mr. President, don't forget about tomorrow.
何がだ？
What's tomorrow?
蹴り入れていい？
Please tell me I can kick you.
却下、何があるんだ明日？
Absolutely not. So what's happening tomorrow?
こら！生徒会室で暴力行為は禁則と定めだろう！
Hey, no violence in the student council room. We've been over this.
知るもんか。忘れてる方が悪いもん。
It's your own damned fault for forgetting.
やめな！こちらに非があるなら謝罪する。まず聞こうじゃないか。
Ow! Stop, please. If I've forgotten something important, I sincerely apologize. So just tell me what it is already. Use your words, not your feet.
この部屋の徹底掃除だよ。見てこれ。何これ。片付けろっつうの。何この玉。玉入れのやつじゃん。体育祭いつだったよ。
Is this room? It's this room. Spring cleaning? I mean, it's full of balls. Is this a storage shed or something? How long has it been since the sports festival?
ああ、そういえばそんなことを言っていたか。
Yeah, that's right. You were asking to schedule a cleaning day.
痛い
Ow!
忘れてたでしょ。
You completely put it out of your mind, didn't you?
いや、記憶はしていた。僕も美月の意向には。
No, I swear I penciled it in somewhere. Your recommendations are important to me and to student council as a whole.
普通に喋れ。
You're a person, not a corporation. Talk like one.
ああ、忘れてたさ。俺だっていろいろ考えることがあって忙しかったんだよ。会長だからって何でもかんでもみんな俺んとこ持ってくるしさ。悪かったな。
Fine. I forgot, okay? It's not like I don't have enough on my plate as it is, though. Do you have any idea how much I'm expected to do? Sorry.
うん、許す。
Good enough for me. I forgive you.
なんだ
What's your problem anyway? Wait. What?
初期としての進言です。たまには言い訳くらいした方がいいよ。男らしい生徒会長もかっこいいけどさ。
Tough love from your trusted clerk. Sometimes you just have to admit your mistakes and move on. Though the manly approach to presidency has its merits too.
美月
Mitsuki.
だが、戦線離脱は許さないからな。
Just make sure
出
you
られ
keep
ると
at
思
it.
うなよ。
Desertion is not an option. Don't think you can run away from your post if the going gets tough. You got that?
わかった。
Yeah, I got it.
わかんねえやつだな、智弘。ミンコは俺の嫁だっつってんだろ。
Hello, Katayama. You just don't get it, Tomohiro. Minko is my bride, so hands off.
いや、譲らないぞ。涼介にはナナさんって人がいるだろ。
You two obsessing over your dating sims again? Like hell, I'm not giving her up to the likes of you. Besides, you got that Nana girl, right? Don't you dare two-time her.
バカ。3人からモテて初めてリア充だろ。上皇。
You're so clueless. It only gets good once you've got at least 3 girls. Everybody knows that. So, the game rewards you for being a two-timer. Okay.
楽しそうだね、それ。ゲーム？
Sounds like you guys are having fun. Is that a game?
おー、山本。お前もやる？タッチペンでグリグリしてチューするゲーム。女の子3人と付き合えるぜ。
Oh, Yamamoto. You want in on this? It's a game where you use a stylus to massage and kiss girls. Oh god, don't tell that to her. And you can go out with 3 at once.
何
What?
ハマるのはいいけど、一人に絞れ。
I'm glad you're enjoying your little romp. But keep it to one girl, you lowlifes.
いって。
Ow!
あんたら、
Those
明日
tears.
のこと覚えてるんだろうね。
So much tears just for a kick. Where'd she hit you? Your spleen? You two remember what tomorrow is, right?
何でしたっけ？
What's tomorrow? Oh boy. I had no idea any of this was going on in the student council room that day. I had other things on my mind. Specifically, a certain boy. Who's the boy? Byakudan Senior High School, Class 2-4, after school. My name is Toko Kurosaki. I've been waffling for quite some time on whether or not to say anything. But finally, I decided to bite the bullet and ask his best friend, Kurosaki. It's Kizumi, isn't it? Oh, it's Kizumi you have a crush on, huh? Oh boy.
ねえねえ、ゆうやってさ、彼女いるの？
Hey, quick question. Does Yuya have a girlfriend? No, and thank God he doesn't.
あ、いや。
あいつ今フリーだと思うよ。なんで？
No, I'm pretty sure he's single. Why?
狙っちゃおっかななんて。
I kinda might have my sights set on him, I guess.
マジ？おお、いいじゃん、応援するよ。
Seriously? Wow, that's great news! I'll definitely be rooting for you. Meanwhile, I'll be booing from the sidelines. Oh, but don't get me wrong, Togo. I'm booing you because I want to help you.
でもあいつな、女の子といてもいっつもつまんなそうにしてるから、付き合えても切り先があんまり楽しくないかもしれない。
Well, he's not a particularly sociable individual when you get right down to it. You think going out with him might not be all that fun for you. It might not be all that fun for literally any person on the face of the planet.
でも確かにゆうやってモテる割に手とか全然出してこないって女子はみんな言ってるな。
But I hear that despite his obvious popularity with the ladies, he's once so much as touched anyone. Which is good for everybody.
それって悪い？
Kizumi touching you equals bad. Isn't that kind of a bad sign, though?
クリーンなイメージ。
No, quite the contrary. It gives him a nice, clean image. Oh, excuse me. I was yawning there. This was Kensuke Kurosaki, who known Yuya Kizumi, aka the boy I liked, pretty much all his life. I figured I'd come to him for all the information I needed in my conquest, since he was pretty much guaranteed to know Yuya's dating history. And so far, this seemed to be going really well. I mean, not only did I confirm Yuya wasn't seeing anyone, but I got his best friend's blessing too. And confirmed that he really wasn't the showy, obnoxious cool guy type. That suited me just fine.
Kurosaki! Kora!
Kurosaki! Hey!
Wee!
Yeah! Kurosaki was understandably rather startled by the extraordinarily agitated female voice that suddenly rang out from behind his head. Well, that's Hellgirl Mitsuki for you. She was standing in the classroom doorway, arms folded across her chest, looking like some angry deity about to cast judgment upon the world. If anybody can look like an angry deity about to cast judgment on the world, it's Sachiko. And it's not the good kind of judgment either. I'm pretty sure whatever judgment that Mitsuki here would be able to enact would be far more infinitely preferable. Each and every time. And she had that deathly gleam in her eyes. The one that could fell the mightiest warrior before he even had a chance to draw his sword. Then draw a spear!
今日は生徒会室の徹底掃除するから来なさいって言ったでしょ。
Didn't I tell you today was spring cleaning in the student council room?
いや、俺今日部活だって言ったじゃん。おい、袋いんな。
And I told you I can't because I have club today. Come on, Fukuroi, back me up here.
逆らうな。もう無理だ。
I wouldn't go that route. It's easier just to give in. What? Yeah, this was definitely Hellgirl's work. All the complexion was gone from Fukuroi's face. He was a man with a demon on his back. Whip at the ready, fully prepared to bring divine punishment upon all who opposed her. He was right. It was easier just to give in.
面白そう。私も行く。
This sounds like fun. Can I join you guys?
おー、手は多いほど良いぞよ。
Ho ho, by all means. The more the merrier. Mitsuki then grabbed the nape of Kurosaki's neck and began dragging him out the door in a decidedly painful-looking manner. He was like a teary-eyed chick caught in the talons of a bird of prey, struggling in vain as he was being carried off to meet his grisly end.
俺生徒会じゃないのに。
You know, I'm not even in the student council. I just love watching those two boys interact with Hellgirl Mitsuki. I couldn't wait to see more. I didn't even care if I had to clean in order to do it. I was a volunteer after all, so I was pretty much off the hook here. I could follow them at my own pace. No dragging from me. As soon as we left the classroom though, we ran into Yuya. Or rather, I did. As in, I literally ran into him. And I bet he felt a murderous inclination towards you right at that moment. But he had to restrain himself because murdering a fellow student out in the hallways would spell jail time for poor Kizumi. Be lucky that you live in a society that doesn't allow anarchy, Toko. I wasn't watching where I was going, and wound up slamming into him so hard that I fell over. Immediately, he reached out his hand to help me up, and asked if I was alright. Now, that's a white knight if I ever seen one, if ever I've seen one. What a fun evening this would be. I imagined it ending with me lying in bed, dreaming of Yuya's perfect face inching ever closer to mine. But instead... we are here in Heavenly Host.
大丈夫、トコ。
Are you okay, Toko? Yeah.
いいよ。全部吐いちゃったら楽になるよ。
You'll be alright. You'll feel better once you get it all out. Book of Shadows, Episode 7, Tooth. So, what exactly got you all feeling grossed out? Was I right?
楽になった気がする。
I guess I feel a little better.
よかった。どうする？みんなのところに戻る？
That's good. Are you okay to head back and rejoin the others then?
うん。
Yeah. Okay, so I guess that didn't take us long here to start things. You know what? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the episode off here, and we can start exploring Heavenly Host with the Byakudan students in the next episode. I hope that you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Corpse Party Book of Shadows. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys next time. Take care.